What up, guys? Welcome back to the AI only game. Yeah, been an interesting one so far. We are looking from Persia's perspective right now. This is what they see. They've explored Africa, Europe, and Asia. Not really much of America, though they've managed to meet Iroquois and the Aztecs. Yeah, Europe very congested. We had every civ in the game, so wasn't even space to fit Germany in at all. But there was no space for like any of the European civs to get second cities, at least not in this part of the map. There's a little bit of space over here where Sweden managed to settle. I think Austria or Venice has a city up here as well, and yeah, Russia and Poland have managed to expand a bit. Middle East is also not a huge amount of space, though people have managed to settle second cities. Arabia's got a couple down here. Egypt with 3. Attila's actually settled quite a few. I think, yeah, Assyria had also settled someone that got conquered. We've got Asia. Japan having a pretty good game, actually. They got Terracotta Army and Pyramids. Got their own religion as well. They are, I think they're at war with Korea. We'll see in a sec. There's quite a few units in there, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Korea go down. They are actually friends with China as well, which is definitely a big problem for Korea. They're also friends with Mongolia, so everyone's kind of friends apart from Korea for some reason. Korea is friends with Indonesia. Siam, though, I can't see that being a big help to them. China's also doing pretty good. They've got their religion of Taoism. I don't mind the We Love the King Day founder for them. Plantation belief I'm not a big fan of. Japan with tutelary, that's a nice one, and they do have hero worship, so if they can start conquering, they'll get big bonuses from that. Could be a good game for them. Siam is not doing too much, just keeping to themselves down here. Who else is doing pretty good? Yeah, Ethiopia. Well, let's go with India first, actually. India got their religion first, and they've enhanced already, and they might have even had another great prophet after that. They have gone for, yeah, the policy yields from taking policy founder belief. They've got symbolism, actually, which is pretty good with tradition, and they have bonus food and gold as well. Fair enough. Yeah, Arabia has religion. They've got ceremonial burial, which is super good with Arabia's ability. If Arabia can stay alive, they could have an amazing late game with tradition and that religion. If they can get it spread as well, they'll get much more yields from it. So that should be their priority, is getting the missionaries out there and converting as many cities as possible. We've got Ethiopia as well with a religion. They've actually started spreading it around Africa quite a bit. Nothing. Well, they'll get a lot of science and production actually if they spread their religion far and wide. Let's just have a quick check here. So, yeah, Orthodoxy from Ethiopia is the biggest one. Japan actually got 9 cities following their religion. China 7. Iroquois have their religion as well. We'll go check that out. Celts are dead, and America is dead as well. I believe those are the 2 that are out of the game so far. Let's start the autoplay and we'll get a better view of everyone. And we will try and go and check out Pachacuti because he is in the lead quite significantly. Okay, so this is the map with all of the units as well. So yeah, Poland actually in a bit of trouble. They're getting attacked by Sweden, Byzantium, Austria as well. Poland could be the next one to fall, though they do have more cities, so they won't totally die. Spain also under attack from Poland by the looks of it. That could be a pretty big problem for them. Where can we see them? They'll be near the bottom, I suppose. They're at war with Carthage and Portugal. If Carthage sends over some of their quinqueremes as well, wow, they've got that guy with a blitz. Yeah, let's check out America. So Iroquois managed to go in and take down America. That was actually the first kill that happened. Purely Iroquois just went in and squished them. I guess Iroquois does have a pretty nice start with all the forests around. They have very good food and production. I think they're also at war with... And they're weirdly low on score, even though they have 10 cities. You know, they've conquered someone. I would have thought they'd be doing pretty good. This is the Incans. We'll come back to Iroquois. So Incans have been building most of the wonders, though they haven't chosen the best ones, really. I guess Mausoleum's quite nice. Temple of Artemis will be good for them. Hanging Gardens, but they're not tradition. I don't think Great Lighthouse will be useful for them. Great Wall isn't really useful because they've actually already won the war. They had a war with Brazil and they vassalized them. So they really don't need to do any more warring unless they get into issues with the Mayans. But yeah, yeah, they had super good start in the mountains. Obviously, they get the bonus yields on mountains. They also have some hills to build their terrace farms on, so looking super good for them. And the fact that they won't have to really be affected by any wars, they're already 3 techs ahead. Going for artistry, which is interesting. I suppose with all the wonders and stuff, maybe they will have pretty good tourism and culture. Though Incans normally a civ you associate with science more. I guess artistry does work quite well with the science victory. They'll go for rationalism. Bonuses to great people are going to help them get more scientists. They could have a pretty good late game that way. One thing I'm interested to see is whether Brazil will actually make somewhat of a comeback, because I think they haven't really explored that much of the world. So once they get to Bandeirantes, since this is like the biggest map that it's possible to be, they have so many tiles to explore. The Bandeirantes give like science, culture, and gold for every tile you explore. So they'll actually like catch up a lot on science and culture. And they won't have to give it over to the Incans either, in terms of you get yields from your... You get like a percentage of your vassals per turn yields, but you won't get their like flat instant yields, which the Bandeirantes bonus will be. What's going on here? There's no way they're doing that much. Polynesia. Unfortunately, it was glitched out and only has 1 tech, so can't expand. Would have been cool to see if they would colonize all the islands, so I'm sad about that. But I doubt they would have done particularly well, since I don't know if they're super good at managing the whole an empire across different islands. Please don't crash. What else is going on? Yeah, this is one thing I didn't notice. So somehow Russia has lost 2 cities to Samarkand. Crazy. I guess they've got some unique horse and stuff that they've been using, but I don't know who Samarkand is actually allied to. They're allied to Attila, so I guess that is how Russia got dragged into war with them. Yeah. Yeah, they managed to lose 2 cities, and they're kind of losing Novgorod as well. Kind of insane. Poland definitely in trouble here. Ottoman's doing some attacking as well. Ottoman's actually pretty strong civ, because they get the volley bonus on all of their catapults. And once they get to gunpowder, they'll have... The Janissaries are very good, actually, and they come early, so get good timing with them. Rough. What are we doing here? Definitely doing an AI game with 43 civs is not the smartest thing. Next time we'll do a more normal game. Watch the AIs. There should be less bugs and stuff. Okay. What are we seeing here? Is this... Okay, we're actually seeing Pachacuti's tech. So he's teching gunpowder. Got all of the medieval ones. Just built Notre Dame, sure. Okay. I'll let them finish up that. Yeah, so okay, he's going for gunpowder. He's got one turn until next policy. So he's going to be in the lead on policy. It already is, actually. Is this all he's met? He hasn't even met Iroquois. That's crazy. So he doesn't even... Yeah, he hasn't even met Pocatello or Arthur up there. I guess he's blocked off by the Mayans. Just about managed to meet the Aztecs. Wow, he really does not have a big view of the world. I assume Brazil's probably the same then, so... okay, they've got... So they have managed to explore the Antarctic. Actually, I haven't really looked at that before. Might be interesting to see. But yeah, Cusco getting pretty mad. They just built Notre Dame, some other wonders they could build. I mean, they don't have a religion. It's the one thing that's kind of going against them, but everything else they have got. I guess they'll probably end up Catholic next to the Mayans. Okay, let's crack on. Yeah, Shoshone actually also on 9 policies, so Incans will be in the proper lead in a turn when they get that next policy. Shoshone had a great start with the Grand Mesa and Old Faithful and Barrington Crater down here, so they definitely have some nice bonuses there. Unfortunately, I just don't think Shoshone is a particularly powerful civ, but they did have a great start location. So yes, Incan, Shoshone, Japan next. Japan is kind of far behind on tech, but I guess most of Eurasia is on similar, and then America's kind of a bit ahead right now. They should start meeting each other soon, though. People have researched Compass now, so we will see how it goes when the world becomes, you know, more global. Be interesting to see the World Congress as well. Got 40 odd civs voting in Congress. The politics should be interesting. Okay, so Japan does have some samurais. What are these now? Unique. Wow, okay, they're unique longswordsmen. They got 25 combat strength though. That's the same as the Tercio. You upgrade them into Tercios, they don't increase in combat strength at all. I guess you get formation when you do that upgrade. For whatever that's worth. Mongolia not looking the best, to be honest. They could have had a really nice start with the Tundra Pantheon, but they went for Goddess of the Hun instead, which I think was silly. Someone went for the Tundra Pantheon, but didn't get anywhere with it, I don't think. Okay. Alright, some conquering happening there. Shoshone actually attacking Aztecs as well. I think all three of these guys are at war with each other. They're at war with Iroquois and Aztecs. Oh damn, missed that. Shoshone, yeah, they're at war with Shoshone and Aztecs. So all three of these guys are at war with each other. That's what we like to see. Warsaw fell to Austria. That's interesting. Okay. Good for Austria because they weren't going to be able to settle any other cities, so they kind of had to conquer one. I mean, these two are actually up for grabs. They also got bugged out and don't have any tech, so yeah. Became a vassal of Ottomans. That's interesting. Instead of becoming a vassal of Austria, I guess Ottomans somehow also had 100 war score with them. So you don't mind Istanbul. It's kind of in a nice place where they have access to quite a few offensive wars if they want to. Like they can take this, they could probably take Babylon. Might be difficult for people to attack them. These civs are all quite weak that are a problem as well. Actually could see Ottomans being reasonably powerful. I haven't really looked too much at Africa. The Zulu's expanding, but they'll really be wanting to do some wars so they can get bonus yields from killing people. Songhai also has expanded quite far. Ethiopia could be in serious trouble, sandwiched between Songhai and the Zulus. Mongolia had a bit of a war. Sorry, Morocco had a bit of a war with them. Songhai, I think there was a city here that got raised. Here, maybe. Yeah. Okay, looks like Nineveh's gonna get conquered. Let's keep an eye on Korea and Japan as well. I guess this could fall also. They're building any more wonders? Wow, they went straight for the Forbidden Palace. And they're getting Imperial College too. I think they're the first civ to do that. Do always recommend getting that as early as possible. Hey man, yeah, going pretty good. Well, yeah, Shoshone's not a great civ, but they have two natural wonders within the borders of their capital, and a third natural wonder on their first settle. Well, I assume this was their first settle, so yeah. Definitely a great starting spot for Shoshone. And actually, I was having a look. The Buffalo Pound is, I think it's been changed a few times, but now it gives one production for every 5 citizens, one production and food for every 6 tiles. I mean, we count how many tiles. Two, three. I don't really bother to count them all, but I think it's going to be something. Let's say 25 tiles per city. So 24. That would be 4 food, 4 production per city. Nice little bonus. But yeah, they're gonna struggle with like science and culture generally, unless they happen to have some lovely natural wonders that buff them up. They also build a great library, which is pretty good wonder. I feel like the Incans have not chosen the best ones. If I was the Incans, I would have got. I mean, like I said, Mausoleum and Temple of Artemis are good. Ankle, what's not useful? Handguns, not really. I probably would have. Just gonna see if they could build Petra. Maybe in one of the other cities they could have built Petra. They definitely should have gone for Machu Picchu. Probably I would have focused more on religion for them. And yeah, great library. Get ahead. Maybe even Oracle, something like that. Just snowball the early game. Try and stay ahead on tech and policies and stuff. Terracotta Army, maybe? Colossus, I would have built that. If possible. And then, yeah, get religion and get, like, Hagia Sophia. Probably would have been the best way to snowball their early lead. I mean, they could have gone tradition, to be honest. It's a bit... It's not... doesn't work too well with the unique abilities, but when they're so isolated... No, I think progress is better, but yeah, some better ones. Okay, Nineveh did fall. Fell to Babylon though. That's interesting. Okay, guess they were both attacking it. I thought Ottomans were mostly on it, but these little things can make quite a big difference when you have a city that's like falling between two civs, and then whichever one gets it. If those civs are not at war and then they get a chance to like fortify it. Like, if Ottomans had taken this, they'd be right on attacking Babylon. Like this, you know, how many times is it going to take them to take Nineveh? And then, would they get a chance to attack Babylon? Okay. Korea is getting destroyed. I assume... Well, they actually already have 100 war score somehow. The war score seems very high this game. Like, Civs are not even conquering that much and then getting to 100 war score. Okay, Mongolia is not even at war with them, so that's 100% falling to Japan. Well, obviously the wonders have their place, so... Stonehenge is great if you want first... You want to get first choice of Pantheon. You go Monument and Stonehenge. I wouldn't say I build Stonehenge too often. More likely it's a thing you do as tradition. But I feel like... Yeah, it's mostly a thing if I'm worried about getting a Pantheon stolen, and I really want to get one Pantheon, and you need like a reasonably good city or some early bonus or something to make it better. So if you're thinking of going for like Goddess of Beauty as well, you want to get an early wonder, so you want to get Stonehenge or Pyramids. Pyramids obviously nice with tradition, but I find Pyramids a problem because you can't build a shrine then. If you go Monument Pyramids, you're not going to have a shrine until super late. Your Pantheon's going to take ages, so unless you have some way of getting faith, it's tough to go Pyramids first, I think. Petra's always nice, trade routes are very useful. If you're behind, you get good science and culture from the trade routes. Temple of Artemis, if you've got like a unique archery unit, if you're going to build a herbalist anyway, and if you've got a kind of wide empire where you obviously want your cities to all be able to grow, it's nice. I take it sometimes. It's a gettable one, but not probably gonna transform the game. But it's definitely can be useful. Mausoleum, if you have a great capital, I guess in some scenarios a great second city, but yeah, mostly if you've got like a great capital, again, if you're going to build the stoneworks anyway, it's a nice... That kind of makes it more valuable, and then the 10% if you're going to stack yields in the capital, especially if you're going to go for something like God King, where you get the yields in your capital, followers of your religion. Statue of Zeus I never go for just because almost impossible to build on deity. The AIs love to rush bronze working. There'll be someone like Kazulu's or Persia or whatever who want to go bronze working, and they'll build Statue of Zeus before you can. Great Library, I always would get it if I could, but it's another one that's very hard to get. But this is mostly for if you're trying to snowball and get to medieval era as quickly as possible, where there's some, and Renaissance era where there are some better wonders. Nalanda, only really go this with tradition. Gives some extra stuff to theme. I mean, it was better when it was Parthenon actually, because having the early artist slots that you could theme was like quite a unique thing. Now that it's works of writing, it's not that good, to be honest, because you're just about to get to Imperial College anyway, where you're going to have a better theming bonus for writing. So you're probably not going to have 4 great works of writing to theme both anyway. Oracle, again, is kind of similar to Great Library. I would take it if I can, but yeah, it's just like a kind of snowbally one. Normally I would take it to try and help me get to Hagia Sophia quicker. Angkor Wat I would take if I am authority. Tough one to get, but the border growth points works very well with the authority ability, where you get yields for every border growth. If you're tradition, you already have so much border growth, you don't really need this. And progress doesn't get bonuses from border growth, so I wouldn't say it's that useful. Like, you get the tiles that you need anyway, unless you have some civ where you get bonuses from border growth, like I guess Spain or something. You might want to take it then, but most of the time you'll have enough border growth anyway. Colossus, obviously the extra trade route is always good, similar to Petra. I would take this with any civ. But I probably wouldn't tech for ironworking and specifically for this. Like, it would be if I was already going for ironworking anyway. Like, if I didn't need anything down here, I'd probably automatically just head up to education as quickly as possible, and I would only come down here if I was trying to do military stuff or had unique things down here. I guess the one exception actually is Terracotta Army, because this is pretty game changing. 10 culture for defeating a unit scaling with era is amazing, so is the +5 supply. The supply is great if you've got like a tool civ where you only have one city and you're not going to have much supply without this. And then yeah, obviously if you're killing units, the culture from them, super good. And also got 25% tile improvement rate. It really doesn't need that, but it's a nice bonus, I guess. Hanging Gardens, I'll go with tradition. The free garden is actually quite underrated because garden itself costs 300 production later, so it's a hard one to build actually, garden, so it's good to get it for free and much earlier. And obviously +10 food allows you to work more specialists and stuff in that city. Roman Forum I would take as any civ. Obviously if you're a Diplo civ it's good, but I would take it as any because it's a free vote really. But yeah, certain civs you might want to actually like try and get it, but otherwise I would just take it kind of opportunistically. If it's still there, I would go for it, because sometimes it does get left in the pool. Okay, what's going on? China and Japan killing Korea. Sad times for Korea. Wow, Assyria died as well. And that's a holy city. Okay, we'll definitely go and check that out. Japan enhanced. They went for Mendiancy, I think it is. And they've actually got the faith conversion into golden production. If they conquer a lot, they will get a huge amount of faith. They've got hero worship. It's actually a pretty good religion. Okay, so who conquered Assyria? It was the Ottomans. Wow, okay. This is a holy city. It's actually not majority, so the religion is kind of dead. I guess one thing that can happen is Um, if they get enough faith to get a great prophet, then they can spawn a Zoroastrian great prophet. I don't know if enhancing the religion will automatically, like, I've seen some stuff where the Holy City suddenly becomes the religion again, even when I've like converted a Holy City before. So I guess it is possible. Maybe if they enhance and then they can buy an Inquisitor, and the Inquisitor will be the right religion as well. We'll see. I guess depends how much faith per turn they have as well. But yeah, good for Ottomans. They have conquered stuff. Are they at war with anyone? No, but they have Poland as a vassal, which is good. Okay, Russia in trouble. From Sweden and the Huns, I guess. No units in their borders right now, but Sweden is definitely close. Okay. And they've peaced out with Samarkand, so they're not getting killed there anymore. They actually raised this. I wouldn't do that. I think it's a good position to attack Beijing from. Like, if they raise it, they should definitely resettle it straight away and then, like, general here. Though they actually were friends with China, weren't they? They've renewed their friendship with China, so they're friends for 43 turns. And defensive pact. I mean, they shouldn't do that. They should really push their advantage and conquer as much as they can. At least they should attack Mongolia, though. It's going to be more like China would have been an easier conquer that they would have got a lot more out of. So yeah, I don't really like that for them. Got Indonesia down here keeping to themselves, but they do have Krakatoa. They've got the Kampang things, making their coastal tiles nice. And they've got all of Australia to settle as well. So they've got some pretty good land if they want to use it. They won't progress statecraft. Unfortunately, there's not a huge amount of city-states. I think there's like 20 odd, maybe 24. You think it's a guaranteed win for Incans? I mean, they're 2 sects ahead of Shoshone. I suppose the problem is they don't really have any one that can attack them nearby. They are at war with the Mayans and the Shoshone, though, somehow. I guess that's probably a war started between Mayans and the Incans, and then Shoshone were friends with the Mayans? No, that's not the case. Somehow they just decided to be at war. But like, how does... Okay, no, sorry. The Iroquois have 12 war score with them. I thought the Incans did. I was like, how the hell would the Incans have that war score? Aztecs did manage to defend this. They've also managed to defend the city as well, which did look a little bit like it could be in trouble. But yeah, Angkor Wat is definitely known to be good with authority because of Imperium policy. Especially once you've got the authority finisher. In medieval era, you get 80 production and gold for every border that grows. And I guess sometimes you're more likely to want to buy tiles as authority as well, so that you can get a good spot to general from or something. Japan actually has pretty good culture. Will they get, oh, they built Alhambra. Yeah, I mean, so they should have quite a few. Well, they've conquered 3 cities already. Korea is gone. Japan, honestly, if Japan is aggressive, they can win this. Because the bonus they get from conquering is insanely good. There's so many cities on the map. They'll have ridiculous culture late game if they'll have so many great works and they'll be getting 3 great writers. policies. I mean, yeah, I would put money on the Incans, but I don't think it's like over, you know, just because AIs don't really know how to finish games, so will they play the best and use their advantage? Probably not. Okay, Madrid's falling. Kind of good to see some of the Civs getting killed. We do want more of them to. The more Civs die, the more quicker the turns will be. Oh, are they attacking Byzantium? Yeah, that's gonna fall super quickly. Byzantium got screwed, but it's good that we see the Ottomans taking Constantinople, to be fair. It's about right. That's true. It is something they particularly suck at, out of all the things that they suck at. Longbowman? Damn. Oh my god, they had a quest to conquer one of these cities. They got a Juggernaut Longbowman. Fucking hell. I don't know if that's possible because England's in the game, so it shouldn't be possible for a city-state unique unit to be a longbowman, but I guess we've got every civ in the game, so it had to choose something. I think it would have preferred to choose not one of the unique units of the civs, but that wasn't an option. Hagia Sophia. It's been taken. They already had enhanced their religion, so we'll see what they do with that profit. India has one holy site right now. What did they enhance over again? Oh yes. Okay. Suleiman is at war with everyone. Wonder how close he is to gunpowder. It's a big big power spike for him. He's got to be pretty close actually. If he is tech straight for it. Is he authority or? Shit, they sometimes go traditioners. Yeah, they shouldn't go tradition. That doesn't make sense. Okay, things seem stable up here. Lenko actually getting a little bit chipped by Aztecs. I mean, I can't see anyone making any progress in this. These wars, I guess they have Brazil helping them. You're correct, Alpha. This is actually before that change though. So this is the old Hagia Sophia that gives the profit. But yes, in the new patch, Hagia Sophia and Angkor Wat got essentially switched. I don't know if there was any slight change as well, but yeah. The main bonuses got switched. Askia declared on Ethiopia, to the surprise of no one. Okay, Byzantium is about to die. Greece. That's Paraguay. All three of Russia's cities under attack. They're building caravans, but those caravans are not going to be safe at all. Any more wonders for Incans? Not right now. It's weird that they're not building all the wonders they can. There's some just sitting there that they haven't decided to go for. Karlstein for Japan as well. Sure. Darius declared war on Suleiman as well. Okay, they're going to try and get us. I mean, Ottomans are at war with a lot of people. They're building public works, which doesn't make any sense. There's no way they have this with 2 cities. They should be building in units. Okay, Ethiopia pieced out with Zulus. I didn't really know they were actually warring. Gonna be difficult to take down Ethiopia, to be honest. They do have some defensive bonuses, don't they? It's actually kind of useful against Songhai. Primarily attack with forces. Unique Cuirassier. Songhai will probably be unhappy as well. Field 1, I mean, it's a pretty bad unit actually. Stuff is going down. Who's losing cities? Byzantium. Actually was one thing that was wondering whether Byzantium were going to get a religion, because even though all the religions were founded, they still could have founded one. Ottomans could have ended up with the double religion. I'm going to try and Boss has moved. It was in that spot before. It looks nice. Okay, I'm trying to see what's going on with Ottomans. Oh wow. We've got Karlstein. This is the Ottomans' tech then? So they actually just did get to gunpowder, so we should see the Janissaries and the cannons coming out, and the Great Bombards as well. I believe these are with gunpowder. 43 combat strength. I mean, will they be able to use them? Probably not. Cannot heal. Like they take damage every time they attack, or no, they don't. 150% when attacking a city. So dangerous. So dangerous. Okay, so they're at war with Persia, Egypt, Babylon, Russia. If they focus on Babylon, they could get somewhere. They just need more units. They're 3 away from being fully capped. I was wondering if they had a chance of getting a great profit. They don't really. Well, they lost all of their faith when they conquered Assur because it became their primary religion. When you swap primary religion, you lose all your faith. So yeah, it's going to be a while before they get that profit. Let's crack on. They have 2,000 gold as well, so they should be able to upgrade most of their units. they've got a cannon there. They should really get these to be tercios. They should really get these to be janissaries. They've got range on them too, so that'll be super useful. Okay. St. Petersburg looks like it's gonna fall. At war with Mongolia and China. Hell yeah. Backstabbed Mongolia and China. Denounced by the whole world. Let's go, Japan. Let's go. See what the longbowmen can do. Unfortunately, crossbows / longbowmen are very weak, so you'll probably get like one shot by... Definitely two shot by knights. Gotta be careful. Mongolia has unique knights right now. It's gonna be tough for Japan to get through Mongolia and China at once, to be honest. XP from pillaging and combat strength 2. What does China have again? We've got the Chuko news, and then it's the boats actually, isn't it? These are quite strong. Yeah, the boats were really strong actually. Hull 3 is insane. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. They've managed to build walls and stuff in this city. It's going to be so hard for Ottomans to conquer now, especially with this hill in the way. Honestly, if Ottomans had this city, I think they would have probably taken out Babylon. Maybe they could have then taken out Persia as well. It's a big deal. Everyone declaring on them. Okay, Portugal did manage to conquer Spain. Good for them. That's going to be their second city. Hopefully Portugal can maybe found another city once they get to astronomy. Oh god, who were we then? Someone was researching chivalry. Yeah, these are the guys that are all messed up. Rome, France on 21 techs. So you can try compatibility to yes. Potentially that will help. So the compatibility, so you're talking about this Earth map. The compatibility mode, that will stop the, I think, definitely will stop the Civ placements from being able to be put in their real place. So, and also it will stop, I think it stops the natural wonder placement as well. So the Civ and natural wonder placements will be random if you use compatibility mode to yes. It should work with it on no though. I mean, it works for me, so which patch are you running? Vox Populi. France became a vassal, I didn't notice that. Napoleon is a vassal of Portugal, sure. I mean, I guess they are very behind on tech. Portugal's on 31 actually, pretty good. Meanwhile, France is on 21. I mean, all these authority civs that aren't able to conquer stuff are going to fall behind a lot. St. Petersburg is down. Sweden doing quite reasonably now. Only on 25 techs though. 35 for the Incans. 32 is next best. Japan actually up to 540 though. Incans building pioneers. Kind of trying to attack the mines. Like I said, I don't think they'll get far, but... Did they become a vassal as well? No, they actually didn't. Strange. Let's keep an eye on Japan. I need you to do well this game. I need you to put up a fight, otherwise the Incans have this in the bag. Need you to conquer some stuff, maybe conquer some city-states or something. Is it crashing, like... Yeah, when is it crashing? Like, is it crashing before the game even starts, or is it crashing during the game? And yeah, like I said, which patch is it on? I've only tested it, I guess, on 5.1. I don't see why it would suddenly not work on one of the other ones, but yeah, I can look into it, like, if you send me some info. Okay, what just fell? Gondar. Adwar is falling as well. That's actually a pretty big city. Okay. Songhai, pretty damn strong. Okay. I will try it on new patch and see if it works for me. Himeji Castle. The AIs freaking love Himeji Castle. Not one I usually go for, but... %10 strength from buildings. Himeji Castle promotion. What is that? Sure. Okay, that's quite good. In Chichen Itza as well. Actually pretty good with Japan. They probably will have quite a lot of golden aging going on later on. So give the free 2 Carlos as well. 2 Kali, nice. Probably not the best city to build it in. It would be better in Kyoto, and probably most of their units are from Kyoto, so yeah. Looks like they're not going to be able to make a lot. Well, they nearly took Shanghai. If they committed a bit more to the boats, maybe instead of building these wonders. I don't know why they're doing research there as well. Only 2 techs behind though. Come on, Japan. Come on. They're trying to build Chichen Itza as well. Japan's going to get it first, though. Yomba. What is that? Okay, that is a Shoshone city. Iroquois actually have authority as well, so they are getting bonuses from conquering. Bonus from having a lot of cities following their religion as well, which they should have quite a few of. Unfortunately, that enhancer belief isn't going to be useful. They got 2 Kali though, and they have reformed, taken Defender of the Faith. Eastern Orthodoxy, then Protestantism. What are they reformed with? They actually haven't reformed, but I'm sure they should be able to. I mean, they should be getting a lot of production and science from the city conversions now. Like, they're going to be the only... They're going to probably convert all of Europe as well. There's going to be so many cities following their religion. Doesn't seem like Arabia's done a good job at all of spreading. What? Okay, Florence is dead. Sure. How is Samarkand doing? That's what I want to know. They've been held back. Hopefully they end up at war with Russia again. They can conquer Novgorod. They can probably conquer Lodz as well. Hun's actually expanding pretty far into the east. Japan lost most of his boats, but did get quite far into Shanghai. Okay. Could be a pretty big deal if Adwa falls. If Adwa falls, you'd expect Lalibela will go down as well. I mean, Alexandria will 100% fall to Songhai at some point, unless they're friends with Egypt, which they're not. I mean, India, I feel like they should have converted a lot more than they have. They just need to be quite particular about where they use their profit. Like, they really should have used it on all of the Siam cities. $35, $33. They got the Great Bombard. That's not where you want to use your Great Bombard, though. Put it in Nineveh. Put it right here. They're not going to be able to attack it very well. 43 range combat strength means it won't take a lot of damage from the city, and it will honestly probably do 100 plus damage each turn. Don't put it there and get it smacked by a fucking knight, bro. Come on. Okay, that Baghdad is absolutely cooked. Oh my god. That's a matter of time there. Japan, build some fucking samurais. This is just triggering to watch. Damn, this guy. Shock 3, Medic 2, Amphibious, plus Samurai promotions. Damn, bro. Ottomans need more Janissaries. I don't know why they're not upgrading these guys. Ranged Janissaries would go hard. Fortunately, they're just fighting too many people, I think. It's going to be difficult for them to do all of these wars at once. Six Artistry will be interesting to see what they go for next. I mean, if this city falls, they'll be next to the capital. The capital's got big borders, though, so it would still be difficult to get into it. Doesn't seem like Shoshone have a big army, really. I think if the Aztecs and Shoshone renew their war, then Shoshone actually could be in trouble. Yeah, I mean, it was always going to be this way. Europe, is screwed. I guess Portugal's probably doing the best. Their tradition, and they managed to conquer Madrid as well. And they built University of Sancourt, which is a great wonder if you're going to have one wonder. Maybe I'll continue my... They also have France as a vassal. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, I think Portugal definitely doing the best out of Europe. I think Austria was doing okay too. And Ottomans kind of in Europe. Could do something as well if they can keep conquering, though. They're in about 5 wars right now, so it might be difficult for them to focus on one and take out another civ. Someone needs to kill Greece and Denmark as well. Both of them have no tech, so they'll fall very quickly. Could actually play Germany, to be honest. It's changed quite a lot since I played it. It's quite a unique civ now. Okay. Don't know why that crash happened, but hopefully it's sorted now. Does Brazil have a Bandeiranti? I think they must do. They're on 29 techs. 5 cities. I think we'll see them like become pretty much like top tech, to be honest. I honestly think they'll almost catch up with, they'll be like second in tech or something. Especially if they were to make 2 Bandeirantes and explore a bit quicker. It's going to be hard for one to explore it all, and they'll probably do some exploring with boats, but got that guy, they got that guy. There is the Bandeiranti. Go on, son. Adwa actually might live. Like I said, that is big. Would be absolutely massive if someone... This is probably the best religion in the game in terms of the fact that it's gonna have like half the world following it, and every time a city gets converted, I think it's a good 500, 600 science and production you get once you get to 25 cities. So every new city you get that much. It's a big amount, obviously. Okay, dude, make these Janissaries. You have one, but you haven't turned your range guys into Janissaries. It doesn't make sense. Okay, I wonder whose turn it is next. It's Japan's turn next. These guys are screwed. Gonna be hard to take Beijing though. Especially they let this tile get Beijing grow to this tile. If they just kept Busan, they could have generaled on this tile. Not smart, not smart. Baghdad, yep. Predictable. Does put Ethiopia under some pressure if the Zulus, they were at war before, if that war continues. Could be rough for them. Iroquois, I don't think they're ever going to take this city, they're not committing enough. Incan's actually getting into so much jungle though. No good spots to attack with cannons. Can't see them taking that either. Probably they have a better chance of taking this if they somehow manage to commit on that, and then they could attack one of these from there. Cassaro has fallen. That was Venice's only other city, I think. Sweden doing pretty good, you know. As long as they can hold on to St. Petersburg. Looked like they had a chance of taking out Moscow as well. Yeah, it's hard for Ottomans to actually heal their units. They've got guys from Babylon attacking them. Is Egypt at war with... Are they friends with or at war with Babylon? Defensive pact with Babylon, okay. Yeah, Portugal is doing reasonably well, I suppose. And Sweden has actually started doing well. I think they're a long way behind on tech, though. 27 techs. I mean... pretty far down the list. Babylon, Venice, Russia. Don't think they're going to take Venice. Defensive pact, Persia, Rome, Egypt, Netherlands. Okay. Denounced. So they're actually neutral with Sweden somehow. That could be a big war though. Montezuma. Let's make peace with the Aztecs. They settled in there. Would assume the Iroquois would take that back. America's somewhat of a stalemate though. Lincoln's trying to overrun. They should really. Someone needs to settle a city here. Don't know why they're not. So many cities with no religion down here. Someone sent some missionaries over. World Congress founded. Oh my god. Jesus. Wow. Never seen never seen that many before where they have a small symbol. Good that somebody thought of making it work. So Japan actually founded Congress. They want to sanction Siam. I mean, okay, fine. I'm interested how Zulus have 4 from religious authority. But every 10 cities following your primary religion. Okay, so every Orthodox Civ that goes fealty is going to have 4 extra votes. Or probably more, probably a lot more actually. Is like, it's just going to keep going up. So who is going to go fealty? Songhai's going to have extra votes. Carthage, I guess, go to statecraft, don't they? They've gone fealty too. Morocco must go statecraft, surely. Yes. Portugal, we statecraft as well. Rome could be fealty. Rome could definitely be fealty. Wow. I mean, if someone suggests world religion to be Eastern Orthodoxy, it's going to be even more crazy. They're going to take over Congress. Yeah, there's got to be so much pressure from 121 pressure from Eastern Orthodoxy. It's already made its way up into Europe. 68 pressure there. I mean, yeah, I think the whole world, like, most of the world is going to be Eastern Orthodoxy. Maybe literally the whole of Europe and Africa. Might not fully make it into Asia, since there's a couple of religions in Asia, but there'll be so much pressure. It'll be difficult to, like, they probably won't. It'll probably be like either Eastern Orthodoxy or the other cities will be like no majority religion unless they Inquisitor, like, spend all of their faith on Inquisitors. But yeah, India's had quite a few great prophets now. They need to use them to get Reformation before there's too much. Okay, they did get to Reform. They took the Congress one. Seems silly. Japan needs to reform as well. Oh dear. "46, 35 Protestant as well." Okay, so they've probably reformed. I don't know how they managed to actually. Only 13. Does India have like a reduced reformation requirement or something? Reformation here, crew, defensive. Wait, what? Oh, they haven't reformed yet. They definitely can. Okay. Maybe China and Japan can too, they just haven't yet. Does that give again? We'll see once they've built it. Needs acoustics, okay. It's a shame they've ended up attacking 2 Civs with unique units. I think if it was just one of them, they would have taken them down, but both of them, it's difficult. And like I said, we needed them to snowball really to catch up with Incans. Though they're only 2 techs behind. Like, if they, even if they don't conquer now, if they can get some conquering going later on. They're nearly equal on score, guys. Building some wonders up as well. Getting Globe Theatre, their head of Congress. What else got proposed? Casus Belli. Open door Belgrade. I mean, think a bit bigger than that, guys. Leaning Tower's pretty good for India. Iroquois just building up. They do have 17 cities, quite a few. Pretty good religion they have as well. They'll be getting max bonuses each time they enter the new era. Okay, Hanoi could fall. Who are they? Are they allied with the Mayans or? What this weird purple colour? They're this. They're neutral. They are at war with the Incans though. Okay, what is this unique building then? So it's Opera House, gold equal to 5%. What? So if you get a great writer, you get 5% of the culture as gold. 2% of the science from the Golden Age points. Faith equals 100% of the tourism output. Sure. Some nice bonuses, and you don't need to conquer good cities as Japan to get the 50%, to get the writers, artists, and musicians. So they could just conquer some garbage cities late game with the Yamatos they'll get good bonuses just from that. Adwa looks to have survived. Actually, there's not much. Okay. Russia in trouble. Just trying to see like what else is really going on. There's not actually a lot. So this war's a bit of a stalemate. If Adwa's not falling. Leaning Tower is pretty good for India. They're trying to build Great for the Edge as well, but it's not going to happen because Japan is going to get it instead. Good wonder for them. They should have gone artistry though. It's a good question. Oh, I got conquered. Gotcha. That is because I actually had to settle it myself and I misspelled it. I had to settle it like there because I needed to try and fit all of the AIs in. So I needed to make sure that they settled it in that spot so that Stockholm and Amsterdam could actually settle. I guess particularly Amsterdam was the motivation. But it bugged out, so every civ that I did that for didn't get any tech after that for some reason. Oh, I was wondering why it's not showing as like a occupied city, and it's because I had to settle it as Persia. Yeah, I misspelled that. My bad. I need to find another way of doing that though if I'm going to do this in future. I don't know if the scenario editor could help. But yeah, clearly for some reason it bugged the Civs out that I did that for, where they wouldn't research tech after that. So yeah, that was weird. I don't know if there was a way that I could have done like settled the city as Denmark, but it seemed like I couldn't do that, so I had to do it as Persia and then like pass the city over using the IGE. But yeah, maybe there is a way to just directly make cities, especially if you use the scenario editor thing. I think there was some reason I didn't use that, so maybe that's not possible either. Oh, they got Ottoman cavalry. Okay, so they're at metallurgy then. Polynesia, that's probably the saddest one, because I did want to see what Polynesia would do. Would have been fun to see them have like random cities all over the place. They would probably be competing with Indonesia and Siam for Australia right now. With Polynesia, it was just that they when I just put them with their settler here and then did practice game, they just refused to settle the city, which was quite annoying. So I had to like force them to settle it by giving them it. But yeah. Okay, what's going on? We've got some pieces happening. Some wonders getting built. Yep. No longer a vassal. They declared war on Maria. You're gonna die though, are you not? You're like 10 techs behind and surrounded. I don't know how Greece is still alive. They're not anyone's vassal as well. They've got no tech. They also got screwed by the same reason. But yeah, France at war with everyone now. 25 techs. Portugal on 34. Good luck, France. I think they did try to move. They tried to, but then like they need to find somewhere and then move. I think they wanted to move down to like Australia or something, but yeah, it takes ages if they do that. They'll be so far behind. I mean, I guess I could have just added some more land here, and then they probably would have been more likely to settle here. People should be reforming as well. Yeah, Denmark is gone. I guess Paris is somewhat difficult. Lucky there's no hill there. Depends what William thinks about all of this as well. Something just got conquered also. They're at war with France. Okay, France is screwed then. Russia actually lost Moscow. Oh dear. To Sweden. Okay, Sweden's going to be getting involved now then with the... I mean, you'd think they would be attacking Austria quite shortly. Potentially Poland. If they... But then they'll be at war with Ottomans as well. Sweden have any friends? Defensive pact, Ottomans, Netherlands, Portugal. Okay. So yeah, Sweden probably going to end up Austria. See if Russia gets killed or vassalized. Carthage has been relatively quiet this game. They're just making money and culture right now. Kind of far behind on tech. They do have Roman Forum. Looked like Spain was about to die. Did they get vassalized or something? Vassal of Morocco. Sure. Ethiopia does have lancers and Ottoman cavalry now, so I reckon they're pretty safe. At least from Songhai. What does Egypt say about all of this? Defensive pact with Ethiopia. Okay, so they're helping Ethiopia as well. And is Songhai friends of anyone? Morocco. Defensive pact with Morocco and Arabia. Okay. At war with Ethiopia and the Zulus. Okay. Well, when they... I think they'll be much better at conquering Egypt when that eventually happens. Mogadishu. Okay. Venice has expanded to here. Sure. India and Japan are at peace. Yeah. Nothing going on here. Nothing going on here either. Tilla's probably going to take Lodz. Tilla's doing pretty good, actually. Colossus and Petra. Roti and Fealty. They look like they are mostly Taoists. Okay, so Taoism, kind of the dominant religion in Asia, I would say. Though Japan do have Shinto. All of their cities are Shinto. Still no religions down in South America. $38 text, 36 as well. Not doing too badly, guys. Oh, he's into industrial era. Let's continue talking about the wonders. Tried to do that before and it got we got a little crash. So University of Sankor, amazing wonder. If you're tradition, I always rush for this as quick as I can. Free mosque is good. So I would take mosques. I would say they're generally the best building now, but since you get the free mosque in your capital, if you're building University of Sankor anyway, as tradition, I don't normally go for mosques. But yeah, you get 100 science per great person in medieval, 150 in Renaissance. It's very useful. It's easier to make culture than it is science as tradition. Generally, science a bit easier in wider empires, culture a bit easier in taller empires. So the bonus science, pretty noticeable for allowing you to compete for the wonders in industrial era and stuff. Love that wonder. Hagia Sophia or Angkor Wat as it's known now, I also like. I'll almost always take it if I can, if I have a religion. Holy sites are pretty strong if that's what you use them for, or the Prophet for converting. Well, normally it's nice if you can just start converting, like using your faith on missionaries and maybe buildings, and then you can use this to enhance. Even if you have enhanced the extra profit, you can use them to take over a continent with religion, or just put it down as pretty good yields. Borobudur I don't normally go for, but it's more, this one's more situational. If you really do want to spread your religion far and do it with missionaries, then yeah, it's pretty good. It's harder to build, I would say, though. Yeah, like Hagia Sophia I get more often than Borobudur for sure. Alhambra I actually am not too big on. I guess if you're going for chivalry anyway as an authority civ, like, you might as well build it. It's one that's tough to get. I feel like everyone goes chivalry first, and then any authority civ will build it straight away, so you're normally behind on tech as well as authority. If it's there though, you know, if you're in a game where there's not many other authority civs or something and you can get it, it's decent. I don't find the Jeanette promotion that good, but I would take, I mean, most of the wonders from this point on is like, I would take them if I could. Machu Picchu, obviously, if you've got a city with bunch of mountains. This has been changed. It did not have the 15% production from city connections, from industrial city connect. Interesting. It did not have 15% production before. Okay, this is a really good wonder then. I'd actually want to focus this more thanks to that. 15% production, all your cities basically is big. you can have a usually you can have a city with 6 to 10 mountains somewhere, depending on where you spawned. It's a good one as well because normally it's because it has a mountain requirement. It can be left in the pool a bit longer, more likely to get it. Okay, I'll focus that one more now. Actually, I don't know if that production bonus does that apply to normal city connections then, or just the industrial ones. Even if it's just the industrial ones, it's still good, but obviously if it gives production bonus to a normal city connection, it's actually very, very good. Forbidden Palace, yeah, fun progress. Definitely like this one. It's a nice combo where you can get this and then go for banks and then save up some money and then go hard on investing. The money efficiency of investing is really good as progress because you'll have a lot of money. I do really like this one though. If I'm progress, Carl's Gene, I would not normally go for. I feel like the worldwide follower production you don't normally need, so I guess if you really need that, you can go for it, but then it's not a wonder you can guarantee getting, so I wouldn't want to play around it and say, I won't bother converting, I'll just build this, because it's a tough one to get. Notre Dame I almost never go for. I guess if you're trying to take over with pressure, it's nice. The art theming bonus is not that useful because you're about to get loads of art theming bonuses anyway when you get into Renaissance era. Yeah, I never really go for this, but I would probably take it again, but I wouldn't like try to get it. Whereas Forbidden Palace, University of Sancor, Hagia Sophia, and Machu Picchu now, I guess those are kind of ones where I'd think I'm going to take that specifically to try and get that wonder. What's been going on? Reformation belief. China and I would assume Japan. Yeah, Crusader spirit. I mean, they've got all the conquering stuff. They've got all the pieces. They just need a target that they can actually kill. China's gone for tourism bonus. Useless. They don't even have any wonders, so nope, that's not going to help you. Japan equal on policies. What? Well, 2 techs behind now though. Incans have at least 1 industrial tech. Okay, is Russia a vassal now? Vassal of the Huns, sure. Lords got taken as well. Paris is gone. Yeah, predictable. That's what you get for rebelling against your master. Portugal definitely having a reasonable game here. 36 techs. Yeah, not too far behind. Up there with the reasonable. The good guys. Shoshone actually on 37 with 1 rationalism. I don't know why they're so low down on the score. Five turns until Congress. Big army actually from the Incans, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Still, and Iroquois still splitting themselves up too much. Just attack one of these guys, they'd probably take them out. I'll say the same for Japan. Okay, they pieced out with China. They actually have a chance then. Need more samurais though. Did they lose their OP samurai who had like every promotion? I guess they did. Okay, so they ended up generaling here, and then China generaled here. If they can conquer Beshbalik, they'll be reasonably close on Karakorum. Oh wow, Sistine Chapel as well. That's a great wonder to build. Okay, Rome's gonna die then. Go watch that. I'm gonna make some lunch. I'm gonna just leave it. Oh, that's big. That's very big. Mongolia's gonna die then. If Japan can get the conquest, it's back on. Japan actually. Japan can actually do this. I believe in them. Okay, we'll watch this. I'm gonna make lunch. What is going on? Pachacuti has built Neuschwanstein. That makes sense. China has finally enhanced. Prophecy. I guess that's reasonable. Probably they didn't have a huge amount of choice. Taj Mahal for Rico Dandolo. Lots of wars, but not a lot of conquering, it seems. Okay. Babylon declaring war on Suleiman. Greece has got to be someone's vassal, surely. Vassal of Portugal. Portugal doing pretty good. Master of Greece, 3 cities. Maybe they'll go and try and colonize a bit if there's anything left to colonize. I mean, they could found Madeira, I suppose. They want to get some coral there. Ooh, okay. Iroquois, and I guess Pocatello as well. They teamed up finally. They have, they're actually friends, so they're both attacking the Aztecs. And Adwa has just fallen. Okay. Fair enough. I guess once Songhai got to metallurgy as well. Ethiopia was in trouble. They also being attacked by Zulus right now. They're actually not. How are the Zulus doing? 37 techs. At war with Arabia. Yeah. Okay, I mean, these borders are not great for helping them get in there. I think it would be big for this game, yeah, if somebody was to conquer Addis Ababa. Could put Songhai or Zulus in a reasonable position, though probably they wouldn't be able to catch up with Japan or Incans anyway. Both of them on 15 policies. Incans actually have built Uffizi as well as Neuschwanstein, Summer Palace, and Globe Theatre. Beshbalik and Tiflis are slowly falling as well. If Japan gets that, they have got field guns. It's going to make conquering a lot easier. That actually, field guns could help the Incans conquer here. Weird nobody wants to settle El Dorado. No one wants to have a jungle city, I suppose. Maybe when they found oil, they will be more inclined to do it. They're building Porcelain Tower, but you really should build that in your capital. It gives the percentage bonus to the city, so... Okay, lots of wars. So they are the Ottomans and the Japanese against the world, kind of. Indonesia and Siam. So China. Okay. But then Japan is also friends with China, right? Not anymore. They were briefly friends, I thought. Or they just happened to end up in the same war against Mongolia. I think they were friends a while ago. Okay. Russia still alive. Lodz got raised and then resettled as Urkesh. Poland still alive with Krakow. Copenhagen falling. Sorry, Copenhagen falling to Venice by the look of it. And Rome finally starting to fall too. I thought that would fall pretty quickly. They were kind of on their own. Lalibela was also to Songhai. Ethiopia in trouble for sure. Just going to put Songhai and Zulus at war with each other. They'll probably be tripping over each other. Neither of them will get that far. Okay, so 43 techs to 41. Maybe we'll try and have another check-in with Ashikuti and see which techs he's going for. The other thing I wanted to do was check monopolies. Damn, nobody really has monopolies. So corporations will be interesting. Are the Incans close? Too much tobacco for them to get, really. Perfume is more plausible. Perfume crab, I guess. I don't know about any other strategics, maybe. No way. They have 0 iron. Okay, 0%. They just have less than 1%. Okay, so perfume crab. Seems like it's not really a thing. What about Japan? Japan has the advantage that they can actually conquer some stuff too. They're far off as well though. Nowhere near on any of these. So it looks like Indonesia's obviously in good position, being able to do that, and Iroquois is the only other, and Brazil. They have truffles. China. Nope. Okay. I guess Netherlands, maybe? Nope. Interesting. Shoshone nowhere near either. So, yeah, that's a big problem for these guys. Maybe if Japan conquers some more, they can get a monopoly. But the monopolies right now. Brazil would. So Brazil will have this monopoly. Indonesia will have this one. And Iroquois will have this one. Those are all the corporations that will be able to be founded if it stays as it is. But yeah, maybe Japan can get a furs monopoly or jade or lapis lazuli. Seem like the ones that were somewhat available. Furs, no. Lapis lazuli, no. Jade, no. Damn. It's tough to get monopolies out here. It's the whole world map. Checking how many antiquity sites they have. Not that many, really. Wait, what? Nimrud got conquered. Oh no, that was ages ago. Yeah. Ottomans finished them off. They released Nimrud as a vassal. Interesting. Persia not looking too hot right now. Persia has a unique improvement. Sure. So Assyria just researched physics, bloody hell. Aztecs definitely having some problems. Siam has a global monopoly in glass. Okay, I think that's traders as well. Iroquois got their prowlers, that's why they're having more success now. Yellow Brow's out for Shoshone as well. India just making culture and science. They got nothing to build right now, I guess. They took Borobudur, they can't even build missionaries. Come on, bro. Well, that's so between, I guess Siam will get there first before Brazil, though having said that, we did say that the Bandeirantes could save Brazil. 36 techs. 38 Siam. They have another extra policy though. Even though they are a vassal. Okay. Japan is building boats. They actually, I guess, are not... When do they get their unique boat? The Yamato... Ah, this is a unique ranged boat, okay. Nuclear fission. Places battleship. Armor plating, indirect fire. I think that's normal though. I mean, it's irrelevant. Great admirals are not that useful. Wait a minute. Sorry, when an admiral or general is born. Okay, I had it mistaken. It was the old France bonus that used to give bonus every time you conquered a city. So they need to get generals and admirals. So I guess that will be useful in that sense. Also, they'll be able to buy them. They can buy generals right now. See if Songhai can keep killing Ethiopia. Shoshone actually got that city. That's gonna piss off Iroquois though, I would have thought. Soho Foundry. I guess that is useful for them if they don't have coal. She just missed that coal. Looks like they don't have any coal actually. Some coal there that they don't quite have. I mean, they'll have plenty of oil if they want it. But yeah, looks like they don't actually have coal. Does Japan have coal? They do have coal. They'll have 8 straight away. I mean, they probably already are using it. 2 more up there, 7 more up there. Japan has plenty of coal. They've colonized Alaska as well. No coal up here, but some more oil. They'll have plenty of oil as well. Damn. The Impi are going hard now. Okay, it feels like the conquests are happening a bit faster now, at least. Like, when Civs attack, they actually get the job done. Someone just needs to go in there with a melee unit, though. Struggling to take Beshmelik. I feel like they shouldn't be. Assuming China's still at war with Mongolia as well. No. China and Japan are at war as well. Okay. So they are a bit distracted by fighting each other. They're all 3 of them are fighting each other right now. I'm guessing, did the Ottomans ever get that profit? It might be an industrial era now. Well, then they can still buy it, but they just have to buy it normally. A lot of rivers around here. Not surprised that somehow was able to take down Ethiopia. The war canoes is an amazing promotion. Rivers can be so annoying when you're trying to conquer. Smart of them to build Soho Foundry though. I definitely need it. Anybody started converting these? Okay, so it all is now Catholic. Well, at least all of the Incans. So they must have reformed Catholicism by now then. Apparently not. They actually called this Cuba. Wow. I did not know Cuba was an Iroquois city, and they managed to settle it in a very correct place. Montreal. Really wanted Beshmelik to fall to Japan. Japan's fighting against... Are they fighting Indonesia as well? They're actually not gonna have a good time then, fighting against Jongs and treasure ships. Indonesia and Siam are being friendly right now and sharing Australia and Indonesia area. Was this always there? I guess it was. I don't remember this one. They're at war with India then. Yeah, looks like India will conquer that probably. Portugal on 40 techs. Did they release it? They did. Okay. We need to check the Congress as well, actually. So, Open Door got past, Casus Belli. They were trying to sanction Siam as well. Now we have sanctioned Polynesia. Why would you sanction Polynesia? World religion. Big if it gets passed. Would be surprised though. 6 from religious authority. 8 from religious authority. Yeah, so all these guys with fealty have so many votes thanks to religious authority. Not that many people have actually taken fealty, but if more did, that were either Protestant or Eastern Orthodoxy, they would be happy. How does England only get 4 votes from religious authority? Oh, they're Protestant. Wow. Okay, Protestant actually managed to spread over to Europe. Kind of expect that Eastern Orthodoxy would win, but it seems like Taoism is pretty strong too. Veshpelik is full health again. I guess Harar could be the next target that somewhat falls. Obviously the Aztecs as well. Wow, everyone stuck up for Polynesia. Fair enough. Looks like Japan has 1,000 culture per turn right now, 500 science. It's not bad. Seems like they have military science. Do you need 15 or 6? You actually need 16 policies. They don't quite have enough policies to build Brandenburg Gate yet. Someone could build Eiffel Tower though if they have. The Incans actually could build Brandenburg Gate. They're building Soho Foundry right now, but okay, they're researching dynamite right now. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be swinging back to Incans. I did think Japan had a chance if they could continue conquering. Seems like that's not going to be a thing unless the Yamamotos somehow make it happen for them, or, you know, if they can start conquering later on. Still opportunities. They do have coal, which is actually a little bit rare. China's got some. Mongolia doesn't really have any, don't think. Who has uranium as well? Mongolia's going to have some. Japan is going to have 2. Shoshone have some. Shoshone have quite a lot actually. 6. Guess you don't really need that much uranium. You can make a nuke and then use it and then you get it back. Iroquois have uranium 2. Looks like Incans don't have much. Maybe 1. Has anyone colonized down here? Siam has. They're getting destroyed by the Antarctic barbs. Brazil's gone for a city here too. Good place to get some strategics if you don't have them. Finally, goddamn. Glory of God, wow. It's a great belief, but I don't think it's so good for the AIs because you gotta know actually what you're doing. You can't just be buying random great people, expecting it to work. Thought these were winged hussars. Guess the winged hussars are going to be quite late. Poland pretty behind. Vassal of the Ottomans. They are super strong though. They should have winged hussars by now. I don't know why. Don't bother building this crap. Just build winged hussars. Plating. Okay, 25% is actually quite a bit of defense. Charge 1. Okay, 5 movement. Get one with physics, but the heavy skirmisher is just a terrible unit, so even a reasonably improved one is still bad. Just build these guys. 40 combat strength, 5 movement. This is insane. You just need to have like quite a few of them. And that's why you shouldn't bother building the other guys. They're just gonna, unless you have like loads of horses, but generally save your horses for the winged hussars, I would say. Are you actually gonna conquer the city or are you just gonna... You're just messing around. Okay. So you want to do it. That should fall to India at some point. Japan turning their attention towards China. It's going to be a very hard kill though. Doesn't seem like Songhai can do any damage here. Okay, England is at war with a lot of people now. Got to assume that Portugal will be stronger, though I don't see barely any units from them. Where the hell is their army and their fleet? Yeah, I mean seriously, where are all of their units? Oh god, the polders have made a crossing for the channel as well. Guess if they have open borders, they can just walk through here now. Not so good for England. Greece is still alive too somehow. Pioneers for Carthage. You'd think somebody would want to settle in here. I don't know if it would be good for India to conquer that. They're just going to end up having to defend it against the other Middle Eastern guys. Probably will cause them some pain. The sanctions are coming out. Sanction Ottomans, Japan and Russia. They're both in an alliance, aren't they? It's kind of Japan and Ottomans be the world right now. Sanction might actually get free and on both of them. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Beijing actually looking quite vulnerable. China doesn't have a lot of units. We've crashed again. Hey Luca. Yeah, it's been going down. Did look like Japan was going to catch up for a moment, but they got stalled. Once they killed Korea, they couldn't make any headway in Mongolia or China as of yet, but that could change as they get more powerful units. Thank God for autosaves. If anyone else doesn't do this, I put autosave on to every turn. Because what's popular does, you know, it does crash every now and then, so whenever it crashes, you don't have to go back like 5-10 turns and replay them all. Just put it on every turn and then you'll only ever lose one turn. We back. Okay, Songhai is actually not at war with Ethiopia anymore. See if they end up at war with Zulus. I'd rather they didn't. I feel like if they war each other, they'll just both endlessly butt heads and they won't really get anywhere. But you know what guys are like. They probably will do that. Oh dear. Well, that's not good. This is the first time it's crashed twice in a row. I hope we haven't found a bug that we can't get past. Maybe we'll try the autosave from the turn before. See if it helps. Probably we should talk about Renaissance Wonders as well. Maybe we'll just keep it zoomed in until we get past this turn. I know Civ can be a bit funny about the graphics. I think I did turn all the graphics settings down though for this. Guess I could have turned it down more. This is where you change the autosave setting, by the way. Okay, let's talk about wonders. So I would say Renaissance era. Is when you want to start. It does make a big difference what the AIs are doing. By Renaissance era, you got spies, so you can see, well, at least usually you'll put your spy in the top AI's capital. You can see what they're building, what they're teching. Can be quite a big disparity in when these wonders go, depending on which tech they've gone for first. Leaning Tower of Pisa is usually one of the more gettable ones I've found. Um, Normally, people get to Renaissance fairly quickly, but if you rush for this, you can get it. I would say Himeji Castle and Chichen Itza tend to go earlier, so I don't really go for them. Leaning Tower of Pisa, though, obviously great utility. You can choose whatever great person you want, and essentially you get 25% great person rate in that city, 10% in all of your cities. So generally best with tradition, but if you're going for like, probably going to want to have some great scientists being produced in all your cities late game as well. So and writers and stuff. So it is useful for that as well. Pretty good wonder. I do go for it sometimes. Chemistry is a decent tech as well, so you can find your coal. Depends if I need to get gunpowder quickly and do some stuff with cannons and tercios first. Like I said, Himeji Castle, people tend to go to Renaissance through gunpowder and then build Himeji Castle. That's usually the first one to go. I feel like Chichen Itza. It's the second. Globe Theatre is okay. I'm not too keen on the theming bonus. Like I said, there's already reasonable theming bonuses for writers. This one is probably better generally anyway, so maybe you'll have 4 great works of writing, I suppose, if you build Globe Theatre. The unhappiness from specialists, not too useful, and the golden age points, not too useful either. So I don't rate this one very highly. Bear in mind, if you want to theme it, you need 2 great works of writing from the same era. So you're going to get 1 Renaissance era work from the guy that spawns with it, because you get a free great writer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And so if you have like a writer, you might want to save your writer until Renaissance era. So you have 2 from Renaissance era, potentially, if you're thinking of building this. Porcelain Tower probably is the best wonder in Renaissance era, I would say. Though it's been nerfed, actually. Okay, 10% science now. Wow. That's not great. Okay, I would definitely rate Leaning Tower of Pisa above it. It used to be 25%, which was really big. You could often have a majority of your science being made in your capital in a tradition game, so 10% science. It's not a lot. A free great scientist is still nice though, but you can get one from Leaning Tower of Pisa as well, and then the other effects will be better. Uffizi is pretty good. The theming bonus, it does suffer from the same kind of issue with the writers ones, because there's actually quite a few things to theme at this point. You get galleries, you get the Royal Collection, which needs 3 great works of art to theme as well. So this is the one that needs 3 from different. This is another one where you need 3 from the same civilization and era. So again, you might want to think about saving your artists, so you have 2. You have more in Renaissance era. If you are going to build this, you'll have 1 in Renaissance era. You might want to try and get 3 in Renaissance era, or you might want to save this artist until Industrial era and have 3 from Industrial era. But it's a good wonder. The +1 culture to all great works is pretty good. You can probably generally have 20-30 great works by Industrial era, so it's a nice little bonus. And you get the urbanization reduction as well. Free gallery also, wow. It's way better than Globe Theatre, I would say. Sistine Chapel, also pretty good, but a bit more situational, because I wouldn't say it's that often that, I don't know, there's actually quite a few civs, but it requires specific civ abilities, so that you'll have a wide empire that produces culture. Most of the time, vast majority of your culture is going to come from your capital city. But if that's not the case, if you're Polynesia or something with the most statues, like France, last game that has culture in all cities, so Sistine Chapel can be a really, really good wonder. For certain civs, it's never a bad one, but again, art theming bonus is not super useful because there's so many other art theming bonuses that come up at this point. Summer Palace is not one that I generally ever go for. I guess if you're doing statecraft and diplomacy stuff, okay, the 20% production for diplomacy units, but it's rare that I'll build that many diplomacy units. So I probably wouldn't really, yeah, I wouldn't prioritize this one very highly. Like if it's there, I'll take it, sure, but I wouldn't worry about it. Okay, some bonus, basically 3 gold, 1 culture in each city, 1 paper. Your diplomacy units are slightly better. It's reasonable, but I don't remember the last game that I was spamming a lot of diplomacy units. Maybe I've not done a Diplo victory for a while, but I feel like there's normally other ways of getting influence, and just spamming diplomacy units isn't really the one. You just end up spending so much on it. Nothing. And if I was building that, I'd probably buy them more often than build them. So the production bonus wouldn't be useful. It's a thing though, I guess. And then we got Red Fort, so this is, you need to have completed fealty. For this, it's kind of weird because it's so much earlier than the statecraft and the artistry finisher bonuses. But yeah, well, you get the engineer, free arsenal. It's going to make a city insanely hard to conquer. I mean, there's utility in it, and probably you want to be going metallurgy anyway in quite a lot of scenarios. I find Lancers to be one of the strongest units in the game, actually. If not the strongest. And yeah, this is going to give you 4 city combat, like, range. Yeah, and then plus 100 hit points, plus extra city strength, plus the arsenal a lot earlier. It's like an entire 2 eras earlier. Era and a half, I guess, earlier than it would be. Really, really strong. And it's one that is maybe worth taking so nobody else takes it. Big pain trying to conquer somebody with Red Fort, so I'd much rather have it myself so that nobody else did. I think we made it past that turn. That is good news. Sarograd seems to have survived, for the moment at least. We'll keep it a little bit zoomed in. Persia taking some pressure from the Huns as well. Not too much going on down here. Everyone declaring war on them. Ship of the Lines v the non-existent boats from Portugal. Where is Sweden in all of this? Defensive pact with Netherlands, Portugal, Arabia, at war with Ottomans, Poland and England. Okay, so they are at war here. They're struggling to push in there. Makes sense. Aztecs defended against Pocatello, but it's now under attack more strongly from Iroquois. Pocatello actually decided to raise that city. Incans getting some factories and Eiffel Tower. Great wonder if they can get that. One of my favorite, probably my favorite industrial era wonder. Japan building Brandenburg Gate though, very smart. Love that for them. That great engine general is also a half of a writer, musician, and an artist, and they'll benefit from the supply cap and from the XP bonus to new units as well. Hopefully they do spam out a lot of new units. Building military academy there as well. If they want to win, that's how they should play it. Vortex behind now. Same policies though. Oh wow. Interesting. Aztecs became vassal of Iroquois. Not a bad civ to have as a vassal. Now hopefully he breaks the friendship and goes in on Shoshone. Need him to do well as well if anybody's gonna catch up with Incans. We got a Reformation belief here as well. The culture one, okay. So that's actually quite useful for the Incans because they get to use that to build all of their culture buildings. And it gives bonus culture from each of the buildings. So you've kind of just helped it the Incans more there. Even though I think they are at war. No more samurais for Japan. They're obsolete now. They have what is the tech called that goes into industrial era? Rifling. Rome is actually still alive as well. Are they someone's vassal? They're not, wow. They might even conquer Greece. Greece is Portugal's vassal. Portugal being kind of weirdly rubbish actually. They have they have a reasonable capital, University of Sankara as well. Generally doing the best out of the Europeans. I guess it says Venice has colonized a little bit as well. Doing better than Carthage. I mean, I don't know why Carthage is not doing that well. They've been able to expand. They have more land to expand into if they wanted it as well. You've got a lot of units, Japan. Send them in. Beijing is killable. I suppose the boats are slightly annoying, but they're fighting Siam as well, are they? You know. If they just chose one person at a time, oh yeah. Siam. If they just chose one person at a time, they would have won easily. By rationalism, we're going to be getting into some ideology soon. Probably once they have Eiffel Tower. I think Eiffel Tower actually could seal it for them, to be honest. If they go Eiffel Tower and they go for order, they'll have enough great policies with rationalism as well. Japan has to go imperialism so he can get admirals. But he's going to be so behind on tech if he doesn't conquer. Can check status of tourism. Yeah, I mean, Japan would need to win. They're a long way off that, but they do get a lot of great people, so it's possible. Wow, China gonna lose this to Mongolia. It's a bit embarrassing. Mongolia's a long way behind. I thought 36 techs, China on 40. Turfan's a great city though. They managed to actually totally cut off China from Chengdu. Okay, I mean, Japan just needs to peace out with the rest of the other civs they're at war with. Unfortunately, they backstabbed somebody or two people, and then now the whole world hates them. That's why you shouldn't backstab. Unless you're strong enough that you can just take on the whole world at once. Okay, I've got to be more careful with moving the map around. This is silly. Fans are slowing down a bit now as well. Guess they've always been slowing down, but feels particularly slow at this point. I guess it's got to be graphical stuff. Master of Arabia. Interesting. It's not coming up with the vassal symbol, which I thought it did to show you which civs are vassals. Okay, military academies and Incans. Sure. Actually, we're religiously building them everywhere. Going more on it about it than Japan. Who's built a lovely railroad between Kyoto and Nagoya. So many roads here as well. I mean, I like that. It's what you should do when you're warring, but this feels maybe slightly excessive. We've got antiquity sites on the map too. I guess, good to see where the hidden ones are. Or they're mostly going to be the Incans that's able to get them, although Shoshone actually has artistry too, so they would take some of the ones over here. Hidden one there. Wow, they got quite a few antiquity sites actually. Bro, I never get this many, what the hell? They're everywhere, what the fuck? I can go and dig up any in Brazil as well, there's one down there. Feels like there's a lot less hidden antiquity sites than there used to be. This hasn't changed. Still nowhere near. Still nowhere near. Okay. Wow. Okay. Can be a vassal of Morocco, sure. Does that mean much? Who is Morocco at war with? England. Okay, guess that does mean quite a lot for England then. China pieced out with Persia. I don't know how Persia's not been vassalized by someone. Beijing quite surrounded, but they got the help of Siam there. Hangzhou in more trouble. Only one cannon though. It actually has range, so they could put it in a safer spot. Like here, I suppose. China's got range on their cannon as well. India even at war with Japan. I guess one thing, they're getting a lot of XP from fighting all these guys probably, so I guess they're getting a lot of admirals and generals, which give them more culture. I think they're pretty much done with industrial era then if they're on 49. Building the Louvre, that makes sense. Very slowly though. They should be building... Did they build Eiffel Tower? What happened there? They definitely should finish the Eiffel Tower. That is silly. Oh, building it here or something? See if they go back to it. Building the Louvre in the wrong place as well. It's going to be pretty slow. They should really just build all wonders in their capital, to be honest. That would generally be better than them building random wonders in other cities. Oh, building an archaeologist. Japan could sneak in and get Eiffel Tower. Be great for him. Building windmills there. Building lots of public works. Fair enough, I mean, I could see them having happiness problems. Still friends with Shoshone, apparently. The Zulus have 500 faith per turn? Is that normal? $20 from buildings. Faith +2, okay. How do you have 20 from buildings? I don't understand that. Okay, 2, 3. Okay, 5, 7, 9. Amanda's monasteries. Okay. Sure. But then you have 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 13, 18. Okay, I guess it's plausible. Zulu's gonna take down Songhai now. Fair enough. And Songhai probably missed their best timing, although I'll have to wait until tanks to be super strong again. Are they... yeah, I mean their whole army is over here, so are they just trying to fight somebody else right now? Sweden, Greece, Spain, Morocco. So they're at war with Morocco. But they do have units, they're just not down by Lalabella right now. Zulus don't have enough field guns to take this quickly. Hangzhou looks like it will eventually fall though. But they could send this army into flank here. They go now. India? Oh my god. One explorer just walked by and took it. Oh, they can raise it because it's actually technically not a capital. Wow. Who would have thought? Everyone's struggling to do much with the war right now. I mean, maybe just need to wait for land ships. Ironclads as well can do a lot of damage. Someone can win navally. Maybe they had a quest to kill that city or something. Samarkand still chilling with 3 cities up here. Zoroastrianism is back. Oh my god. There is some bullshit then where it can somehow get pressure back. They haven't managed to enhance it still, but it's there. Hanging on. Islam only has 1 city following it as well. Eastern Orthodoxy does seem to be winning in general over Taoism. Babylon actually slightly falling as well. Yeah, a lot of these were Taoist actually, they've flipped back to neutral. I'm guessing no one took pagodas. Definitely a gain for pagodas. There's 8 religions. If Byzantium had founded one, there would have been 9. Plus 9 to all yields in every city. I mean, you'd probably get more like 6 or something, but... Okay, we've got a new host vote in Congress then. Brandenburg Gate, nice. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about industrial era policies. So, guys are choosing between industry, imperialism, and rationalism. I think that AIs normally prioritize rationalism from what I've seen, or imperialism. I don't think a lot of them go industry. I like industry. So, obviously, it depends a lot what you're trying to do in the game. Rationalism going to give you more science. Imperialism gives you bonuses to conquering and military bonuses. Mostly this 10% military bonus here, and +1 radius to the leadership bonus, which isn't that useful generally. You can make your generals hit all the units you need normally without that, but get them quicker, and then you get bonuses for conquering as well. You get to retain all buildings, receive some gold, and you get production bonus 6 with the courthouse. Also get bonuses for all monopolies, which is easier to get if you've conquered, and reduce yield penalty in puppeted cities, some bonuses to garrisons. And then, but the general stuff is also production and gold cost reduction on upgrading units, movement for certain units, and then actually the finisher is nice too. The Banzai promotion is pretty good on the naval units. So yeah, some combat bonus, mostly towards naval and air, but some for normal units as well. And yeah, that's what imperialism gives you. Obviously the main reason you take imperialism is if you're conquering and you want to keep conquering, you want to get more bonuses from it. Definitely the monopoly is something that I think about. If I've got some good monopolies like marble, Wales, coffee, they give the 10% to culture, science, or production, and then getting an extra 10% is pretty good. The flat ones are normally pretty outdated at this point. The other option is industry. This gives bonuses to trade routes. It obviously synergizes if you have more trade routes, or a bonus for each trade route that you have. Bonuses to production and gold generally, get more merchants, bonuses to mines, quarries, and lumber mills. 3%. So this ends up being 10 to 15% science and culture in all cities. Yeah, there's 5 buildings there that give the buff. You should have 4 of them at this point. Generally, stock exchanges are a bit later, but eventually you should have 15%. And then I do like the 10 science when you construct a building as well. If you're in industrial era, that's 40 science per building per city. I think it does add up. Protectionism, bit of a bonus to Wheel Up the King Day. And okay, the investment bonus been moved to here. Finisher, production and gold from specialists. Lush and happiness from luxury resources. I mean, I feel like it has been nerfed a bit actually, which surprises me because it was probably the least picked. I think it used to give more culture or something. I think mercantilism is pretty good policy. I would say sometimes just taking industry to get there. You get the 2 trade routes, you get the 15% production and gold, and you get the 15% science and culture, and the science from building buildings. The other policies I don't find too impactful generally. The finisher is also not that great, though Broadway is a pretty good wonder. Allows you to get more from theming your musicians and an extra musician as well. Last policy tree is rationalism, bonus science from strategic resources, and science % in all cities. The free tech is useful. If you're getting to rationalism, around the normal time to get it is about at the start of industrial era. So generally, what I'll often do is use that free tech to take archaeology if I've got artistry, and then, or even if not, start building the archaeologists and getting the artifacts before anyone else can, and then also get to build the Louvre and get a couple of nice bonuses as well. Museums are also pretty good. Yeah, generally I'll go to industrial era through, if I don't have to do a lot of war stuff, go to industrial era through scientific theory, and then you can take the free tech. If not, then I probably would take it for either corporations or combustion. Landships are a huge power spike, and obviously there are some pretty powerful corporations as well. Rationalism, yeah, gives less unhappiness as well, and some food bonuses. So, but yeah, obviously it's mostly around science. And Bletchley Park does give you extra spies. That's some synergy there with spies. So, when do I choose each of them? So, Rationism, the big thing about it is it allows you to play purchase scientists. If I was trying to go for like a late game victory strategy that wasn't conquering everyone, then I kind of almost feel like I either need to have this or Glory of God, because not having the ability to buy great scientists is a huge problem if the game's going to go late. If I have Glory of God, then I might be inclined to not take Rationism. Obviously, you're giving up quite a bit of science though, anyway, like, especially if you've got like a lot of science in your capital, you can give the plus 20% to science there. And plus you have about plus 15% or something anyway in all cities, 10% in golden ages, more yields from great scientists as well, which a lot of your science late game does come from scientists, so, and from making scientists also. 33% is pretty good because you want to make scientists in all of your cities at the end of the game. Like, I'll always have scientists running in all the cities. So yeah, sometimes I kind of feel like I have to go Rationism, to be honest. If I don't have to, if I'm obviously on a roll with conquering, then I might want to go Imperialism and just say I don't really care about winning science victory or something. Like, I'm just going to conquer everyone with Imperialism, or conquer whoever the top leader is, so that they won't be able to win. Industry, yeah, is way more situational because I would need to have the ability to buy great scientists, and I would need to have a lot of benefit from industry and not want to use the free tech for something. What industry does help you do is have better cooperation. The extra trade routes helps your corporation grow quicker. And if you take, there's a freedom policy that you get franchises for every merchant as well. So if you can get more merchants, then that's going to buff up your corporation. Also, if I have a lot of these improvements, mine quarries and lumber mills, that's something I might consider. And like I said, Broadway is a pretty good wonder. But yeah, it's definitely situational. I'd need to be like in a wide empire, probably with Glory of God, and yeah, not planning to do a huge amount of conquering, but maybe I still need to build some units, build some Diplo units or something like that. That's where I'd choose that. Incans went for order. That is good. I was going to have to give them a bit of a lecture if they didn't. I don't know why I couldn't see that they were building it. I saw originally that they were, and then it didn't show up for a while. Was it here that they built it? I thought it was here that they were building it originally, but... Okay, they built it here, fair enough. Now they're going for Kremlin, straight into getting that bonus. Policy, that's a smart tech route they've gone there. If they've gone... Well, they didn't need to, because nobody's going to compete for that, really. And I wouldn't normally recommend going for replaceable parts. They don't have the crop gun, so they get their artillery yet. Ballistics, the free policy is good, but it's more something, I wouldn't say it's something you need to rush for. It's something you want to get before it gets taken away. You know, only one person can get it, so I feel like Statue of Liberty is Emperor better wonders generally for what they give, but you obviously take whichever. I wouldn't choose an ideology based around these wonders. They're just, you choose the ideology and then you take whatever wonder you need for that ideology. But Order does have a really nice policy that gives T-34s. I think you need to get to combined arms and then you can build T-34s, which are insanely powerful tanks. Tanks are already powerful enough, so any buff to tanks, it's pretty incredible. And then I guess you get the cost reduction on that. 5 policies ahead now. And actually, I'm going to call it for today. I think we can talk about the late game a bit more next part. I'll talk about the ideologies and I'll talk about the late game wonders as well that I tend to go for. But yeah, Incans have started pulling ahead. They're actually not too far ahead in score now, but yeah, definitely getting ahead in tech. Japan wasn't able to keep pushing their advantage because they ended up at war with too many people. Is China still at war with Mongolia? They are, so that could be the saving grace for Japan, is if Mongolia comes in here and starts distracting China, but unfortunately there's Siam units blocking up the way into Beijing as well, so looks like they're going to struggle to conquer that. I don't know if there's any other easy targets they could conquer. I mean, if they wanted to conquer city-states, they probably should do that, actually. Mostly so they can get the great general or admiral points for conquering cities. The more of them they can get, the more culture they'll have. But yeah, it's going to be hard for them to win culture victory. I definitely think it's much more likely Incans will go and win the science victory. So Enrique Dandolo had 18 trade routes, but I feel like the person before him had 16, which is also an insane amount. So yeah, imperialism. Gandhi actually went for industry. Iroquois went for imperialism. Shoshone, rationalism. I can't see any of these guys who don't have rationalism. I mean, imperialism, if they can conquer a lot, can be good, but the AI is good enough at conquering to make it work. And then I think industry is just going to not be anything like as good as rationalism for India and these other civs. The one civ that could have taken industry would be Ethiopia, since they have Glory of God, Reformation belief, so they can buy scientists anyway, but they only have 2 cities, so it wouldn't be that good for them. Probably it's better for them to just have bonus science, but yeah. Quite a few civs got knocked out, unfortunately. Some managed to survive who looked like they were going to go down. Somehow Greece is still alive. Okay, they've been fully great general. I don't know if that happened earlier, but Greece has to die very quickly. They're still on 1 tech. And they're alive. I thought Rome would die as well. They were kind of surrounded by a lot of people. Managed to stay alive though. Does seem like everyone's struggling to conquer right now, but it will get easier as we get into modern era. Tanks. And it'll be interesting to see what path the incomes go for. We can check and see which policy they went for first, and how they're gonna choose in the order ideology. There's some really good policies for science. They choose the right ones. And I guess they should have a decent amount of faith to use as well on buying great scientists. Looks like they actually might have a chance of conquering this. Gatling guns are super strong. I'm sure they can kill any units that the mines have, and they've chopped down some of their rainforest as well, which was defending the city. Which was potentially silly. Cool. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. I think I'll do one more stream on this and then leave it. I guess, how long was the stream? nearly 4 hours. We started on turn 120. Turns are slowing down though, I guess, so another 3 or 4 hour stream will be at turn 300. Should be near the game end. We'll see. Have a nice weekend though, guys. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow night. Shall see. If you're around, see you then. If not, enjoy your week. Peace.